All right, welcome back. So you can see, hopefully, that we are out here in this part of the map called the Deadlands. There's a lot of acid rain, and this is not a happy place for humans to be unless you have the protection for it, which we pretty much do. And we're gonna hit this Deadland Workshop. So this place is pretty well guarded. I'm just gonna swing over there real quick so you can see what I'm dealing with. So anytime you see these types of, like, I don't know what they look like, kind of like a shed shelter type thing with this old metal thing over the top of it. These are good places for loot. Now, there's even better places for loot that are more like they're called ancient labs, which we haven't. I don't think we've hit any of those yet in this playthrough, but we'll do that later. But these are great for getting some loot. You'll usually find some higher quality weapons or armor in here, and you'll also get ancient science books and engineering research. So, anyways, right now we just kind of snuck up sort of close to it, and I'm gonna sit back here and wait because we're sneaking so far and they haven't seen us. And the big thing about this particular one, they don't all have this, but sometimes they're guarded by ancient or broken robots. And these guys aren't very tough. They're not that bad, but I'm not too concerned about this guy's like the broken skeleton we fought before. So there's enough of us. I'm not worried about fighting them so much, but the trick here is that they have turrets. So these things are, when they hit you with these, especially if you're unarmored or you have soft armor, you don't have heavy armor, they can hurt you pretty bad pretty fast. Like it can, and they also cause a lot of bleeding, so characters will bleed out. They hit you in the leg, you can't walk away, and then they keep shooting you with it. So these can be pretty nasty. And there's one over here, and there's one over on the other side, over this way, up here. So this will pretty much, they kind of follow the same layout. So if there are turrets, that's kind of the way that they're set up. I don't think there will ever be any on the other side, but just kind of, you can kind of pause and just scroll around and pan around and see and kind of check out what the situation is before you attack. But what we're going to do right now, because it is still technically daylight, so we're going to hang out here until it gets completely dark, and then that way we can sneak in and get up closer before the turret sees us. And I'll show you how I'm gonna. That's part of my strategy, but I'll show you how we're gonna hit that thing. Okay, so now it's completely dark. So I'm going to tell my characters to sneak over here. They're less likely to get seen now that it's dark. I'm going to speed walk them over there. Hopefully they don't get seen. And I'm going to go hang out kind of on this side. I think turrets don't always look at the, like it doesn't look like this guy could see us or something. Sometimes that doesn't matter, and he still might be able to shoot at us from there, but just seems to make sense. So I'm going to sneak him back here and stick him here. And then I'm going to tell my different characters to do different things. So actually, real quick, I'm going to rearrange these guys and come back. Okay, so I rearranged people in my squad order. You don't need to do this for any reason. It helps me keep track of who's who and what's doing what. I always kind of think of this, the left to right. This is the front. And when they follow each other, it seems to be kind of basically in this order. So it's like left to right. Um, Order of like characters. And so basically, you think about this as kind of like we creeped up on this enemy encampment or whatever facility, and we're going to assault it. So in preparation for that, I snuck characters over, kind of reordered them. Just to give you a quick overview of my strategy here, I have Ruka, who has a pole arm, Kang with a saber, and Burn has this combat cleaver. So these three are primarily their only melee attack at the moment. So later on when you build out character, you might build out platoons of people or whatever. Just have like heavy armor people in the front, or what, you can do anything you want, but it's just kind of give you an idea how you can approach things. So, anyways, I know that there's a guy over here on a turret. There's a dude in the middle here. There might be some others around here, and then on this side of the mat on the facility, there's another guy up here on the turret. So what I'm going to do to initially attack is I'm going to send people to go directly to and tell them attack the person on the turret, a melee person, not someone with a ranged weapon, because I don't need them standing there trying to shoot at this guy while they're getting shot with the turret. That's just plain stupid. So, in addition to that, I'm going to send these three people. Now, we did some looting and some other things around here, and we found a really good. This is one of the better bows you can get in the game, in my opinion. There's one better than this called the Old World Bow Mark II, which is, in my opinion, overall is the best bow. Well, I'll talk about that later in another video. But this he has that, which is kind of a longer, it has more distance and range and does a good amount of damage. Then I also have Hobbs and Red who have spring bats. They're shorter range weapons again, but they hit armor and they do seem to do really good damage against skeletons. So I'm gonna send them. There's this catwalk up at the top, and this may or may not work, but I'm gonna send them in sneak mode first up to go on this catwalk. And what I'm gonna tell them to do, I'm gonna tell all three of them to be on hold. So they'll get up, they'll sneak up there. By the way, make sure all your character nobody's set to like follow another character or something because then they'll get to where you tell them to do, and then they'll start running back towards whoever they're following is. So just keep that in mind if you're like getting strategic about this stuff. So, anyways, I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and kind of sneak them over. Well, I'm going to not go super fast in case something goes crazy real fast. So I'm going to go tell them, and I'm just going to position them across this catwalk. You don't have to do all this, but this is just like kind of an example how you're coming in. We could probably just send these guys in, run in, and attack and fight, and they'll probably be fine. But this is a way you can just like be super successful and win. Okay, so now that that's happened, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tell Burn. I'm gonna take him out of sneak mode. Actually, his job is he's supposed to go attack this guy, so we're gonna tell him to attack this guy. I'm gonna go over to Ruka on this. She's on the other side of the facility, and I'm gonna tell her take her out of sneak mode and tell her to attack this guy, and I'm gonna tell Kang to come in here and attack this target. And everybody else, I'm just going to have them hold back for the moment. We'll send them in right after this. And then I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to hit go. And then I'm going to make sure I'm going to select these guys, take them out of sneak. And I'll tell Zog to attack this target. And I'll tell the other two to attack this target. Basically, what the strategy here is we're going to try to, one with the melee people, they're going to run up and melee attack this guy, so he has to melee attack us. And the whole idea is I'm just trying to engage the guys on the turret first. One, to get them off the turret so they're not shooting at us with the turret, and also just to kill them as quick as possible so they don't go back to using the turret. So they'll see how this goes. We're going to let this, you'll see the turret, you can hear the turrets going off. Ruka might get shot right in the face. That could happen. But see, we got now the guy's not on the turret. Now we don't really have to worry about it. Now that that's happening, I'll send the rest of these guys in. I'll just run in. I'll just tell them where's who we're fighting. There's a guy. I'll just say sometimes it's hard to mouse on them. I'll just say attack all, and I'll just send them in, and they'll run about and do their thing. I could take them off crossbows if I want. They may be off. No, they're on. So they're going to run around. But the whole idea here was to remember ranged weapons do more damage and are more accurate if you have a height advantage. So I sent these guys. They were able to sneak because I have pretty high sneak skill on everyone. So they were able to get up here quick and just take these dudes out. And we should do okay. Kane got hurt. We'll see what happened to him. He probably got shot in the stomach with the turret. Those things are pretty nasty. You can or he may have just gotten hit by the guy because he doesn't have heavy armor or anything on. But you can see where it went really fast. We just took them out. Now we could have just ran in and taken them out. They weren't super high level, and we're getting better at fighting and stuff, and we could have taken them pretty easily. But it was just like a non-issue. One guy got hurt. Now, I'll do a real quick reload and show you what can happen if you just run into turrets. So hopefully, I think I saved it at a point where I can come back here and show you that real quick just to see how bad it could have gone. Okay, so now we're back at a load before this. I'm just going to run. I'm just took them all off sneak, and I'm just going to have them run right in here into the middle, and we'll see what happens. See how hurt they get. If you do no strategy, you saw Burn got hit, but it was 120 damage. So luckily he has higher hit points, but that was not nice. Now we're getting, and everybody's like on range, so they're just standing here shooting at the guy. This guy's still shooting. I don't know. Somebody might get hurt. We'll see. Somebody did got 76 damage. Like I said, this could just go fine and work out fine, but it's a Beep got shot 70 damage, and he doesn't have much armor, so he's bleeding. These things will cause you to bleed a lot too. Your blood will start. Hobbs got hit pretty bad. Did Hobbs? Oh, see, he hit Hobbs in the leg with the turret, and he's bleeding like crazy, and he's crippled already. So it looks like they'll probably still win, but that's why you want to be careful around turrets, especially the higher grade, like double harpoon turrets. Those things can do quite a bit of damage. You build those on your base, in your base, on a top of a watchtower, and enemies come to attack your base. Your base is pretty much impenetrable. You'll just take out enemies left and right without much trouble. So, anyways, that's that. Just kind of a little bit of strategy and just about attacking a facility or, a base that has turrets that, so you can kind of have some strategy on how you might approach it and how you can make it easy or hard. You can play it the hard way, or you can try to make it easy so people don't get as hurt. Or maybe you want it to be hard and see what happens, see if somebody gets their leg shot off. Shot in the head, that this thing hits you in the head, it will probably be a death sentence for somebody, especially if they don't have a helmet. Anyways, that's that, and I hope you enjoyed watching.